Good morning. My name is Megan, and today I'm going to take you through my morning routine, but I'm going to show you my 10 favorite brands along the way. Before anyone asks, yes, this is a back scratcher, and it's amazing. Before I begin, I at least lay in bed for 20 minutes staring up at my ceiling, wondering if it's worth it to go into school today. And then it's time to get dressed. This is the typical uniform for Meg. It's a pair of jeans, a graphic tee, a cardigan, and of course, my Doc Marten boots. These bad boys have been with me for a few years now, and I love them so much. They're my favorite pair of shoes, and they are, as you can see, quite well loved. So we're gonna go ahead and put those on real quick. Oh, look at that. For those of you who don't know me, I am an earring snob. Anytime that I go out to a little antique store or any kind of outing with my friends and I see a jewelry counter, they have to claw me away from it in order to save my money. So today, I think I'm gonna go for a pair of earrings from a little place called Kai K Jewelry. They are a small business out of California that I am a super big fan of. Even though they're like this light plastic, I never worry about whether or not they're gonna break. So today, I think I'm gonna go for their daisy pair. Perfect. Now I've got to pack my bag for jujitsu later today. Now for those of you who don't know, the traditional jujitsu uniform is a gi top and bottom, your belt, and a rash guard. Lots of gyms make you wear their specific branded rash guard, but my gym doesn't have that rule, so I wear Under Armour. They are some of the most comfortable rash guards that I've ever worn. They fit me really nicely. I have a lot of trouble finding things that fit my shoulders as a more muscular woman, and these fit the bill. So I always throw one of these in with my bag along with my uniform. So now that I've done that, I've got to go eat breakfast before the rest of my day. Now that I'm dressed and ready for the day, it's time for me to make some breakfast. Typically, it's really hard for me to stomach something as strong as coffee in the morning, so I usually reach for green tea in the morning. Specifically, Stash green tea is my favorite. I really love how fun and minimalistic their packaging is. They're the most cost-effective for my budget. My favorite is still the green tea option, even though I've tried, I think, all of their flavors. It makes my stomach feel better, gives me the kick of caffeine that I need, and all around, it's just the best option for me personally. All right. Now that I've finished eating my breakfast, it's time for me to pack my lunch, and I always go for my bigger Igloo lunchbox. Not only is it my favorite shade of green, but it is also big enough to carry at least 2 meals with me. Because of my schedule this semester, I am out of the house from sunup to sundown because I don't get out of class until 6:45 every night. And even if I forget to put an ice pack in there, they always are cold because of how insulated this thing is, and if I spill anything in there, it's really easy for me to clean it up when I get home because of the waterproof inside. Once I've got that, I'm basically ready to go. Another brand that you might find in my Igloo lunchbox is Red Bull. They're really great for when you've hit that 2 p.m. slump from being up super late the night before working on like this really great design that you're super excited to show everyone. But you have to actually make it to class and you have to be awake to make it to class. So these little guys are super great for that. I'm a super big fan of all of their flavored varieties. This one, the Sea Blue, is one of my top 5. Overall, they're really great for when you need just a little bit of a kick to make it through your day. I have a little bit of time before I have to leave this morning, so I've decided I'm going to check my emails and messages, and this is the perfect job for my Legion computer. I love this thing. It runs the Adobe programs no problem. In fact, it's currently recording my audition file right now. It's also really great for video games. I love the bigger screen for that reason, but it's also a Windows, so I don't have to worry about cross-compatibility with any of my friends. Overall, it's just a really great product that I have used for a few years now, and I know that Mac is the industry standard for graphic designers, but I don't care. I'm keeping my Windows forever. While I was checking my messages, I saw that a friend of mine asked me to alter a pair of pants for them that are just a little bit too long, so I decided I was going to take my Singer sewing machine out just real quick so it's here for when I get home. This guy is super heavy duty and is able to handle almost every fabric that I throw at it. It also has a top load bobbin, which is super easy for me, and I can see when I'm almost out of thread. I've used a lot of different sewing machines with my background in the theater world, and this by far is still my favorite model of any sewing machine there is. Sadly, it is time for me to leave for the rest of the day, so I've got to go pack up and get ready. My Carhartt is my next brand. When I asked my friends what brands they associated with me, they instantly said my red Carhartt jacket. so it felt wrong of me to not include it in this video. I thrifted this guy for about $40 about 3 years ago, and it's been my winter companion ever since then. Finally, last but certainly not least, my favorite part of my morning routine is probably grabbing myself an Altoid. They're just breath mints, but to me, they're a little bit more sentimental. I had a director in high school when I was super into the theater program who would always give me one after we had a really hard show or rehearsal, and it was always just like this really sweet moment. Now that I don't see that director, this is kind of my way to stay connected to that memory and to that person. I always tend to grab one right before I head out the door. Now that I sufficiently look like a pack mule, it's time for me to head out for the day. Thank you so much for watching.